understandable. You're recorded too.
Yeah.
I just told you.
Reasonable suspicion of what crime?
Narcotics activity that occurs over at the subdivision you were just at. That's what I just told you. I'm just making sure.
No.
Fair enough. That's all I was asking. It's called a reasonable. Okay. It's called a Terry stop. So.
Welcome back to the Copwatch Podcast. On this channel, we go over police interactions and audits that test the freedom of press in government buildings. Today, I want to go over a video from the channel, Lick the Whole Boot. Today's video is a traffic stop, but I do not know exactly when and where this is taking place. Regardless, it is still a good video to break down and to find some key points to educate the people. In this video, this man was pulled over because he was parked in a suspicious area, according to the officer conducting the stop. This cop tries to get this man to admit to being involved in a drug deal, but when this man refuses to answer questions, this officer backs off. What the officer says after is pretty concerning. But let's get into the video and see what you all think.
Continuous recording will now start.
How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I hate to pester you a little bit, man. Where are you headed?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't answer questions. What?
Fair enough.
What'd you pull me over for?
We got a, where you were parked at, we've been seeing a lot of narcotics activity coming from across the street from where you were parked at inside over there. That's why I'm just curious, because there was a Hispanic guy that was walking around. Make sure he didn't meet up with you or anything. Does that make any sense?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay, fair enough, man. You headed home?
I don't know why you're pulling me over, sir. Like, did you have a reason you pulled me over?
It's reasonable suspicion, that's it.
I'm telling you. Some more than that, sir.
I can't hear you. I'm done.
Sir, I mean, I've got a dash cam from where
that's
I was
fine.
parked and
Understandable. You're recorded too.
Yeah.
I just told you.
Reasonable suspicion of what crime?
Narcotics activity that occurs over at the subdivision you were just at. That's what I just told you. I'm just making sure.
No.
Fair enough. That's all I was asking. It's called a reasonable. Okay. It's called a Terry stop. So.
Before you all go crazy about this guy giving up his license willingly, understand that it is the law to surrender your license if you are pulled over for any reason. While I think it is dumb, it is unfortunately the law. Where this guy is smart is exercising his Fifth Amendment right. Remember, you don't have to answer any questions regarding your day or night. Now, in regards to what this officer said about a Terry stop. A Terry stop is another name for stop and frisk. The name came from the result of the U.S. Supreme Court case Terry versus Ohio. When a police officer has a reasonable suspicion that an individual is armed, engaged, or about to be engaged in criminal conduct, the officer may briefly stop and detain an individual for a pat-down search of outer clothing. A Terry stop is a seizure within the grounds of the Fourth Amendment. In a traffic stop setting, the Terry condition of a lawful stop is met whenever it is lawful for the police to detain an automobile and its occupants pending inquiry into a vehicular violation. The police do not need to believe that any occupant of the vehicle is involved in criminal activity. So if you read that for what it is, then this cop shouldn't classify this as a Terry stop in my opinion, for the simple fact that there was no pending vehicular violation. But that's just me. Let me know what you all think by dropping it in the comments. Alright. Let's get back to the video.
If you want that to know, it's called a Terry stop. You can look it up when you leave. Okay. Okay? It's reasonable suspicion for the traffic stop. Okay? Right. That's all it is, buddy. All right. So there's your ID. Okay. I'm just making sure that Hispanic, that guy that was walking around, because we just encountered him a little bit ago with some dope, but he got away. So I'm just making sure, because you were parked right across the street from his house. That's all. I'm just making sure everything's legit. Oh, okay. You're free to go.
I have no clue what you're talking about, but all right.
That's why that's why you're free to go, man, because you have no clue.
Oh, okay.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
All right, man. You have a safe night, okay?
All right.
Just to throw a bit more information on Terry versus Ohio, in a recent case, Floyd versus City of New York, the court held that New York's stop and frisk policy violated the Fourth Amendment because it rendered stop and frisks more frequent for blacks and Hispanics. The ruling on Terry versus Ohio is an outdated one, but rather than the federal government recognizing its own mistakes and overturning that ruling, it leaves it up to the states to fix it. Only time will tell if more states will follow what New York has done in regards to stop and frisk. I want to give a big shout out to Lick the Whole Boot for this video. Make sure you all head on over to his channel, subscribe, and I'll see you all over in his comments. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching.